All right, man. Let's get to hour two. We got to talk about, hey, man, all the NFL head coaching vacancies are filled. So I would like to rack and stack these coaches, and I think it's something that um, we should discuss throughout next football season
Okay.
because it's important, and we can put grades on these guys, but it's just like a draft grade. Detroit didn't get great draft grades, but then the product on the field said, "Hey, these guys are a top 4 team in the league," and they didn't like make the NFC Championship. And we go, "How the hell did they get there?" No, they were one of the best 4 teams in the league at the end of the year, kind of cover to cover.
We should, and I tell you what, we can rank them, but this might even be the best way of doing it.
Okay,
You tell me, we had 8 new NFL coaching hires. How many of the 8 in their first year make the playoffs next season?
Jim Harbaugh.
Okay.
Jim
And is
Harbaugh.
that it?
That's the only one I'm confident in saying.
Okay. Mike McDonald, Seattle's already has back-to-back winning seasons.
I think they have a chance.
Gino obviously is the hurdle. Hell, he was in the Pro Bowl Skills Challenge tonight. We were watching Geno Smith Pro Bowl Skills Challenge. They do that now. That's what because it's tonight and Sunday is what they do. It's a weekend of football, but
we're gonna get to that.
But you got him. You got Dave Canales with the Panthers. You got Raheem Morris with our Falcons. You got Antonio Pierce with the Raiders. You've got Brian Callahan with the Titans. You got Gerard Mayo with the Patriots. You got Dan Quinn with the Commanders. Those are the 8 vacancies that have been filled headed into this offseason. And are you saying that there's only one that you feel confident in regards to making the playoffs next year? I've got 2 on my list.
Let me write them down. We got Pierce, Callahan, Canales, Morris, Harbaugh,
McDonald, Seattle,
Donald,
Mayo, New England, and Quinn, Commanders.
All right, so just looking at this, let me rate him. Harbaugh's 1.
Okay. Yeah, I think he was the best hire for sure.
2, it has to be DQ, right?
I think you're going off what we know. In terms of hires,
I'm talking about the coach himself. I'm not talking about
Coach Rank. Coach Rank, yeah, he's 2. He's been to the Super Bowl. The fuck, I mean, he's been to the Super Bowl, and I think that DQ is going to be a better head coach because of his time here. I do think he's. I'm not saying he's gonna find the same success, but what I am saying is that he's going to be a better coach.
I agree with you. I think Raheem is 3.
I agree. That would be about where I would place him. I wonder if you got the same 4 as me.
I got McDonald as 4.
Okay, he's not my 4. Antonio Pierce is my 4.
Why?
Because I think that he fits that organization pretty well.
And it looks like
I did get to see as an interim, like, to me that fits. It just fit. They've got to get their quarterback. It's going to be their thing. But in terms of the organizational fit, I think that he fits very well.
And it looks like he's getting Cliff. So,
if he gets clipped, I'm going to be more. But then that means that they must be making a move for at least Jaden Daniels. They're trading to the top 3.
So Pierce is 4
for me.
I'm okay with that.
McDonald 5.
McDonald 5. Let's see who we have left.
I'm going to go Callahan 6 just because.
You want Callahan over Mayo?
Yes. And the reason is not because I don't think Gerard Mayo will be a good coach. It's because, for one, he doesn't have the footsteps to follow in that Mayo does. Let's start there. But secondly, if you look at Callahan's track record in terms of the people he's worked with, whether he was a quarterback coach, passing game coordinator or offensive coordinator. He's worked with a bunch of really guys that had good seasons under him. And his dad is, funny enough, is Bill Callahan, the former coach of the Raiders. I didn't even realize it, but because apparently his dad was the O-line coach for the Bengals. But
his dad's going to help him fill out that coaching staff appropriately.
I'm curious if that's going to be his OC, because his dad, like I said, took the Raiders to the Super Bowl. It was Gruden's team, but like he took them to the Super Bowl, and he's been.
I mean, Gruden took Dungy's team to the Super Bowl that same year or so.
I know. So, but hey, look at that.
And you know what though? I don't like when people say that Gruden won the Super Bowl with Dungy's team.
I don't either,
because Gruden's team got there too.
Well, Rich McKay was the GM, but if that's the case, then Rich McKay shouldn't have that much cash. Yeah, if it was Dungy that was doing it.
And Gruden's team got there too, so it's like you can't knock Gruden for pulling his team to the next level.
When you let the Buccaneers players say it, or the Raiders players say it, they knew everything that they were running in that game, and the score reflected that too. But like they knew everything that they were running.
All right, so we're gonna go. I'm gonna go Mayo 7, Canales 8.
He definitely is last because I feel like he got his job in a weird way, and I know that he did good work in Seattle too, because he was the quarterback coach for us. Waldron was there's like these layers to like that.
And he
did a great job. He got his job because of them beating Philly and looking competitive against Detroit.
Agreed.
I think that he became a much hotter candidate once the divisional round finished.
So let's talk. So we got the coaches ranked. Now let's look at each situation. I think Harbaugh has the best potential roster, although he may be in the toughest division. I said potential roster.
I just disagree.
Do they have a GM yet? I haven't seen anything about a Chargers GM.
Let's look it up.
Boy, Walker Kessler's out here just getting blocks, getting boards, and getting putbacks.
There are currently no GM. All right, let me see. Who did they hire then?
Probably some no-name player personnel guy.
Chargers GM. They hired Joe Horowitz, so he's Jewish.
What's his background?
Has been with the Ravens for the past 26 years. So they're taken from the Ravens tree. All right.
You know what? That makes sense. His brother, the Ravens
general manager Eric DeCosta, and Coach John Harbaugh, Jim's brother. So
and the Ravens.
That would mean that Jim knows him because Jim played for the Ravens. He would know him to some degree.
And I mean, John knows him, so Jim knows him.
Exactly. Situationally, you can say what you want, but to me, the one that is the best set up,
DQ.
Jim has to deal with salary cap, bro. They're in salary cap hell right now.
Agreed.
They're gonna have to cut off a lot of that fat, baby. We already know that Eckler's not back. Like they're not gonna pay Eckler. So
I wouldn't pay him either, though. He's little.
I know. Well, he had a bad year / injured. So like you can't pay him. Keenan Allen's a free agent. They probably can't pay him either. They better hope that Quinton Johnson is.
Well, he said he's due for a breakout.
Okay, yeah, he said that after 1 year in the league. Right? Justice talked about that. We talked about that for fantasy. Justice had thought about not being in the league this year. But
really? Why?
Well, because he said there's a good chance he doesn't win because he's won 2 years in a row, and he said, "Why waste the money?" And I said, "Your competitive edge when you want to be the first person to go three-peat." And I said, "Nobody else has done it." I said, "Only one other person's gone back-to-back." And then he said, "Who's that?" I said, "It's me." But my point is this. he brought that quote up because he asked me when would you take a guy like that in the draft, and I said, if I get lucky like you and I can get a Sam Laporta and he gets to fall to me as my last pick, I said I'd love to have him based on what I know.
I mean, because I drafted him thinking he was gonna, give me 700 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Nope. He didn't do a good job. But in terms of best positioned, I think the Commanders are in a good spot because of 2 reasons. One, they've got the number 2 pick.
Yep.
So they're going to be able to get their quarterback of the future as long as they love either May or Daniels, depending on who they like. Because it's pretty much Caleb Williams is going to be 1. 2, they have a ton of cap space. 3, they're going to get a new stadium here soon. They've got new ownership. There's a lot of different things. The only negative is that they're in a hard division as of next year. The Eagles and Cowboys are still going to be, in my opinion, playoff teams. So that's a tough division to deal with. The Giants did make the playoffs 2 years ago, so they're not nothing to just scoff at. And they
Daniel Jones is coming back.
I know, but they played better down the stretch too without Daniel Jones, and so you got to deal with that aspect of it as well. And so there's that. I think the Falcons is a fantastic job in a sense of for Raheem. He's really doesn't this draft.
We are all here to do what Falcons do. Look at that.
I'm gonna give me some apple juice on that one.
He's got a really good core of skilled position players, and then our defense finished in the top 10 in points and yards.
Yep.
Even after giving up almost a 50 burger to the Saints in the last game of the season. Mind that. We finished in the top 10 even with that performance at the end of the season. The issue is the offense. We were 25th in scoring. So, that job is going to be an easy fix with the right quarterback. That's the only thing with that job.
But that's the hard part. How do you
get the quarterback? Because we've got three different avenues we can go in. You can trade for Justin Fields, which is, I'm going to be honest with you, that's what I think we're going to do. I think we're going to trade for Justin Fields. That is exactly what I think they want to do.
And Arthur Blank's going to be doing it in 3 years?
You're fired.
Maybe. I'm not cold on Justin Fields. It's just that's not what I necessarily want. But I also didn't necessarily want Raheem to be the coach. So I'll see what they do, but I think that that's exactly what they're going to try and do. You've got that. You've got the draft. And when I say the draft, I mean trading up to get Caleb Williams, if in fact they want to keep Justin Fields. They put together a hypothetical trade, and you tell me what you think. We give up our 1 this year, 1 next year, 2 this year, and we've got 2 twos. 2 this year, 3 next year, and AJ Terrell to get Caleb May. Not Caleb May. Caleb Williams. If, in fact, Caleb Williams is who we think he is and everybody wants him like that, I actually think that that's actually fair. I really do.
Our roster doesn't have that many holes. I think we need a speedy receiver too.
But then you could do that in the second round. You could get AD Mitchell.
Send it in.
Wouldn't you be okay with that? I was okay with it too. Everybody's like, AJ Terrell is too much. And I'm like, he might be the most expendable asset in terms of player that we actually have. 1, because you haven't paid him yet. 2, because it's not like he's an all-pro or a Pro Bowler. 3, our defense looked good, and he missed some games. And like I said, he's almost like Jake Matthews on defense. He's a good player. He's just not an all-pro or a Pro Bowler. So,
and unfortunately for him,
you can sign. You have cap space. You can. And you don't have to pay him because you have to pay him this offseason. You don't have to pay him either.
Send it in.
I would be down with that if that's what it took to get Caleb Williams. I'm 100% in. But if you're going to stay put at 8, I don't want to trade up to 3 and have to give up almost just as much.
Now I want to trade back and still get Penix or JJ McCarthy.
But then I don't want McCarthy though. But but you can't trade back too far
because
you're going to miss out on Penix if you do.
Mike McDonald might take him.
You're going to miss out on Penix if you go back. And so, I don't want to overdraft him either. Then there's, of course, the sign a veteran and draft a quarterback, which is more of what I'm on board with if you're not going to get your guy by trading up.
Hey, if we can't get our guy by trading up, bring in Russell Wilson, Kirk Cousins, trade back, get Penix, let him sit on the bench for 2 years, and let's go.
If you can get, I'm okay with getting McCarthy if you're trading back and you're signing one of them. Yeah, I'm okay with that scenario. I'm not okay with trading back and just drafting him to be QB1. I'm not doing that.
Here's my thing. I think
Ryan Tannehill.
I think we should go into training camp open quarterback competition.
It should be if we don't sign a vet. It should, of course.
If we don't sign Russell Wilson or Kirk Cousins, it should be to me. It should be an open quarterback thing.
And I know this sounds crazy because actually there was a report. Justice was supposed to send it to me. You could trade. So the Steelers apparently will be very interested in Ryan Tannehill. No surprise there, right? But which I guess we'll get to Artie Smith here soon. But if he's gonna be the backup, I'm all right with doing it. $8 million.
Hey,
I'm cool with Ryan Tannehill. If he knows he's the backup anyways, I'm cool with that.
So listen to
this. Be the backup though. But I'm cool with it.
It's same. Listen to this, probably, Pete. Of these 8 coaches, we know half of them are going to be fired in 3 years. Okay. Most likely to get fired.
Based on the way that the teams are currently constructed, it's probably Callahan.
I was going to say Canales because Dave Tepper's a fucking idiot.
Well, his success will always depend. It's going to depend on Bryce Young. I don't think Bryce Young's as bad as he was this year.
I don't either.
But I think that Will Levis will be very inconsistent, and I think that I like because Derrick Henry won't be back. So I like Tajay Spears is an okay running back, but nigga, what are they about to do? They're in a division now with Anthony Richardson, and they've got young quarterbacks too.
Anthony Richardson, Trevor Lawrence, and CJ Stroud. Come on.
Yes, bro. He's going to be the most likely to get fired. And that's because Will Levis isn't as good as any of those quarterbacks in reality. He isn't.
I'm not arguing with you.
So that's why I say that. If Canales can turn Bryce Young into a decent quarterback, they'll have a chance to win the division every year, depending on what we do.
So I have a question for you. What does Bill Belichick and Mike Vrabel say about not getting a job, say about this hiring cycle?
Well, everybody that got hired outside of Quinn and Raheem were young. They were all under 40. So, Pierce might have been 40, but he might have been 40, but he was an interim. It was weird. But I know that Mayo isn't 40. I think that what it says is that the league is already shifting, but we knew that because all the stars in this league is shifted. Yep. Quarterback play has changed. Patrick Mahomes, in a weird way, was the elder statesman in the playoffs outside of Flacco, of course. But, he was the elder statesman in the playoffs this year, if you looked at it.
Yeah.
So that should tell you, and he's only 28. So the league has shifted. That's the biggest takeaway that I could tell you. It's one of those things where life is going on. And so all in all, Belichick, if he wants to coach next year, I have no doubt that he'll be a coach next year. And same with Vrabel. It's just going to be a matter of if they want to. Well, Vrabel will. I know Vrabel will, but Vrabel will be good for TV. I think they both would be good for TV. Vrabel, because he could. I don't want him to be Teddy Bruschi and be on NFL Live and like do that. I want Belichick. I think we talked about this. Maybe we did last week, or we texted about it. But they talked about the coaches podcast of Saban and Belichick. Be brilliant, even if it's just for 1 year. It'd be brilliant if these guys, even if it was ESPN Plus material, and they did what Peyton's place, Eli's place, and they did that. And Kobe's shit, what Kobe was doing with them.
Detail,
they both got one college and one NFL game during the week.
I'd pay for it. I'd pay to hear Bill Belichick.
I'd want to hear it.
So, yeah, I think here's the biggest thing, man. People have to understand younger and innovative isn't always better. It's not always better. It's better when it works. If you make good money off of fucking cryptocurrency, shout out to you.
Yeah.
If you made good money off of NFTs, shout out to you. But the S&P 500 is here to stay. Bill Belichick, Mike Vrabel, they're S&P 500. It may take a little bit of money to get it going, but you're not going to take losses.
Yeah.
Let's shift a little bit to the coordinator conversation. I want to start it off with Ben Johnson. He's staying put. What does that tell you about Ben Johnson?
Well, if you listen to the reports, it says that he costs too much. Right? Like, would you agree based on what we heard?
Yeah, I mean, it was reported he wanted $15 million to be a head coach. Nigga, I'm not paying you $15 million to be a head coach.
He cost too much, and he thought that none of the positions were worth him leaving his current one.
And according to my Brown,
I don't know how cheap of because we're not Lions fans. I don't know how cheap of an organization they are. They might do just what Dallas did for Dan Quinn to stay last year. Where
you know you got to pay bump.
Yeah, to where he won't, they'll make him the highest paid OC in the league. Like,
no issues from it here. Philadelphia, Kellen Moore, OC. Does Josh Holsey have wood?
No, he shouldn't. There's a guy that I sat in the sauna with this week. He's a big Philly fan. We were talking baseball during baseball season about the Phillies before. This was well before we knew the Phillies and Braves were playing, but then we did talk the week before that too. And I asked him about
Josh Holsey about Kellen Moore. He's not going to answer.
This is Josh. Leave a message. You know this nigga's style.
Yeah. He knows it's Thursday.
This is like you expecting Dell to show up anywhere in DC.
Not happening. Julian, you're not cool.
I hit Dell up when I was just there not too long.
I cut it off. I didn't want to hear it. This is Josh. Leave a message.
If I told you boys I was dying of cancer and I was like, I want us to all go out and do something similar to kind of like that bachelor trip, that might be able to get him out of the bed. But like, you're not going to be able to get certain guys unless it's something.
Bro, we barely got Dale for a bachelor party in DC, and he lives there.
I know.
Are you really our friend, or are you just in our group text?
It sounds like he's just in the group text to me, but
you know what? If it wasn't 12:10 Eastern Standard, I'd call him and ask him. But then he might get in his feelings and give me like a real answer.
You know what? He's like, I don't fuck with you niggas.
Y'all niggas treat me like a bastard. Dale, we taught you how to use the N-word. So yes, we are gonna treat you that way.
And he's like, nigga, I don't want to hear that. But
I'll kick all your asses. You can't lift more than me.
And I'll be okay with it. I'll say, look, Dale, I don't look to fight anybody because for the most part, if it really gets to the point of fighting, I'm probably shooting, and lifting doesn't mean shit about that. And I'm like, I know you know that. I know you know how to use a gun. So you should know. That's why you know how to use a gun, because sometimes that doesn't mean anything.
Nah, it doesn't.
And we're not going to fight. That's the best part about it.
I'm gonna call the police if I feel threatened.
Well, we're just not going to fight. I mean, like, we're not going to fight. Like,
yeah, well, you weren't there the day me and Dell almost fought.
But I was there.
You were there when he was barefoot.
How is Maxie about to get 50?
Let me look at the box score.
His odds are 51.5 for his points.
If Josh Holsey answered the phone, I would already know what Tyrese Maxey
He's got 45.
He's getting 50.
Yeah, let me go ahead and bet that. Hold on.
Just go ahead and put that in.
I am.
But yeah, no. So Kellen Moore, OC in Philly, he knows the division. It's going to be curious to see if he can match his scheme to Jalen Hurts, and if Nick Sirianni can prove to Howie Roseman that he deserves another year. Because if that offense gets to cooking, Sirianni's gone, and they'll just promote Kellen Moore. Because we know.
I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch that.
Shut up, male Siri. Because we know that Philly doesn't hire tenured head coaches; they hire brand new guys because they want to own them. And Kellen Moore is like, "Hey, take me. I want to be a head coach." He was the hottest head coach. He was a hot head coach guy 2 years ago, and now it's like, oh, he's the OC at Philly. Nobody cares.
Well, he's had 3 jobs in 3 years, and for one, when he left Dallas, Dak had his best season, production-wise. 2, let me look at Justin Rivers' stats. I know that he got hurt, but let's just look at his stats. Hold on. Let's just look at it. I just want to see what he did.
No, I'm with you. I mean, I just think they got
3,100 yards, 20 TDs, 7 picks. So, not exactly something different from what we've seen. So, he's basically doing what he was doing without you, with you. And so, yeah, like, no, that doesn't move the needle. Vic Fangio, in a weird way, a lot of injuries in Miami. I don't want to blame that on him, but we know that he's a very tenured DC.
Did you hear his
he's going to be better for that defense. How about that?
Did you hear the quote that
he will be better?
Did you hear the quote that Ron Jaworski had on Fangio?
Jaws, it's so crazy. Once they faded him to black, no Jay-Z. Once they faded him to black, it was kind of like he didn't even exist anymore. But what did Jaws have to say?
So let me find it. I got it pulled up. Let me see.
You remember Jaws used to do Monday Night Football too?
Yeah. So Jaws said, I guess based on a conversation with Fangio, there were quite a few players that didn't necessarily get along with Fangio.
But he was only a advisor when he was there.
No. I'm talking about in Miami. When he was last year. It wasn't a great relationship with many of the players. There were some guys that loved them, but there were quite a few guys that didn't. It definitely wasn't a unanimous positive relationship. Here we go.
Oh, Bronny James, by the way. But go ahead.
Huh? What'd you say about Bronny James?
He sucks. Go ahead. We'll talk about basketball later.
Coach's coach, Jaworski said, I have connections as well around this league, and I hear another side of that story. That there were some players on that defense that didn't want to work, didn't want to put the time in, didn't want to put the effort in, didn't want to make the commitment to be successful. Guys like to party at night, and South Beach is really a great place to party. And Vic tried to get those guys and push those guys to become harder workers and better athletes and more committed to their team. He said, and he couldn't get through to those guys. Those were the guys that Vic was pushing, and they're the guys that are whining right now. I'm gonna be real. Vic Fangio probably had a great point about being committed to football. But somebody to tell Vic Fangio what it's like to be a young nigga in Miami with millions and all them distractions out there. You got to find a middle ground and coach better. Because if you expect these guys to be inside all season and be 100% on football, well, Vic Fangio, you're the idiot. I'm not saying that what they're doing is
the NFL long enough too. Like,
yeah, I'm not saying what they're doing is the best way to live life. As an NFL player, you should be focused on football. But it's called work-life balance, and part of leadership, damn coaching, part of leadership is understanding the crop of people that you have with you and ensuring that you guys can find a middle ground that works for both of you. And if I'm coaching in Miami, I know they outside.
But
I go to the coffee shop. I see what's out there.
So since when did we start blaming coordinators more than heads? Like,
so that's the problem.
This goes back to the Super Bowl, though, in terms of why I said I'm going to get my Super Bowl pick next week on the show. But like, why I said what I said about Kyle Shanahan. Like, I'm not going to hate on Kyle Shanahan just because he was our OC and we lost the Super Bowl. Like, nigga, that shit wasn't 100% on him either. Like, it wasn't. Everybody deserves blame. Everybody that was a part of the team, the organization, Rich McKay gets blamed. Like, they all get blamed.
Mike
there were a lot of injuries on that side of the ball. That
Mike
side of the ball,
McDaniel,
the injuries. Like,
Mike McDaniel's a media darling, so it's not going to be his fault. And they lost in Kansas City. Negative temperature as a football team out of South Florida.
So Maxey just don't get the ball no more. I'm sorry.
Nah, he got it right. Nah, he got it right now. He going downhill.
Is he gonna score it? No, well, Oubre just hit a 3. That's what I saw.
Yeah, nah, Maxey just got fat. About to go shoot too.
All right, good. He only needed 7 more points to get that.
Nah, long story short is Fangio is asking for something he's not gonna get, and Mike McDaniels does not have control of that franchise, obviously, in the way that he should. And here's what I'm seeing in the NFL. You have these seasoned defensive coordinators who may have been head coaches at one point in time, but they're defensive coordinators. Or they're Wink Martindale and maybe should have been a head coach to not be good.
Wink hadn't gotten hired, right?
No, yeah.
You think Wink goes back to Baltimore now that McDonald's gone, or you think they give it to Weaver?
I think they give it to Weaver, and Dallas should look to hire Wink.
I think they're going to hire Rivera, but go ahead.
That's stupid. But you get these old school guys who know what right looks like, and they're trying to teach these young head coaches that. And I think that Fangio was trying to teach McDaniels what right looks like. Okay. But I think that Fangio was trying to teach him what right looks like in Denver, not what right looks like in Miami. Because what right looks like in Miami is different. Because these niggas gonna fuck these bad bitches. They're gonna be outside.
Through and through.
Parlay Pete. If we were making 8 figures in Miami, are we showing up to the facility with a little bit of liquor on our breath on a Tuesday?
Nigga. We're doing a podcast right now. I'd be getting a shoulder rub and you'd hear bitches laughing in the background. Like,
I don't think we'd be doing a podcast right now because I think we'd be too busy.
No. I'd do my obligation if we do the show still. But
no, I'm saying
I'm getting a shoulder rub right now. You'd be seeing some titties and I'd be, I'm sorry, Lee.
No. I'm saying both of us in Miami. making 8 figures to play for the Dolphins. We're showing up to the facility with liquor on our breath. And our balls may smell like
every Monday. Well, typically Mondays are off days.
but you're still supposed to show up and do something at the facility on Monday.
I tell you what, walkthroughs on Fridays.
Oh boy,
There's no doubt about it.
Walkthrough on Friday, boy. I'm coming here stinking. I may not even went home before I came to the facility on Friday for the walkthrough. Cause I be feeling like the man when I walk through. I ain't studying what you're saying when I walk through. Come on now.
What me?
Watch me walk through. But hey, let's talk about another coordinator real quick. The Artie Party is in Pittsburgh.
Hey, can you play the clip?
Guys, here's what we're doing. We're going to run the piss out of this football. Hey, I got you. We're getting ready to run the piss out of football. Time to get something going. I got you.
That's the only choice that they have unless they sign Russell Wilson.
I got I'm calling Mr. Turner so he can talk about it.
He's gonna, what do you want?
Nah, he's probably balls deep. It's Thursday. It's late.
Please leave your message.
You know, our friends with their fake social lives. I'm calling another Steelers fan to see how he feels. He may answer.
We are pretty late, but I mean, yeah. It's also Friday.
Right, I'm off tomorrow. I'm gonna wake up in the morning and take my daughter to daycare and go play golf. Wow, I sound like a fucking prick.
You do. Look at Colin talking shit to Max, even though Max is
your call has been forwarded to voicemail.
So no Steelers fans in my life want to answer the phone to tell me.
Love that young man, but he shouldn't be talking shit right now.
Nick about to give you a 50 ball.
Well, I need him to. I don't think he's going to do it. He's at 46. He hasn't been the one shooting the ball. That's the issue.
He's bringing it up right now. So here's what I think.
I mean, I know that they're going to foul, but I have to hope that he's the one they send to the line.
I think that these other niggas are shooting.
I know, but that's what's been going on now. The last since 7 minutes. It's almost like they didn't realize he was about to get 50.
I think that Pittsburgh actually made a pretty good hire with their OC because I think Arthur Smith is going to get the most out of Jalen Warren and Najee Harris, and they're going to take pot shots down the field.
They must be getting a new quarterback then.
You know what? I think he's going to get.
Oh, they're about to lose this game, brother. Colin was right to talk his shit.
I think they're going to get every piece of ass out of Kenny Pickett that he has to offer.
Was Colin right to talk his shit? I mean, not to cut into our Steelers talk. I'm just curious.
He's always right to talk his shit. Like,
yeah.
I almost
calmly comes down and says, let me shoot this.
And he just hit that 3.
Yeah. Oh, all right. Yeah.
So I almost did a truck tales today talking about people who get offended by shit talking. And if we are competing against each other and I'm talking shit, I mean, I'm not lying when I'm talking about your ability, but it's not personal. If we were cool before the game, we're still cool after.
Yeah.
I just may have told you a fucking bum, nigga, you suck. That don't mean I don't like you. I played basketball with Josh Holte. He's one of my best friends.
We haven't even got to take our shot at him yet, but it's coming. Okay, wait, you're sending me a lot of stuff here.
Am I?
Well, you did. I didn't. I'm seeing all of it now.
Oh,
Steven Adams got traded. Okay.
Yeah, that shit a long time ago. That's that way before.
6 o'clock. I see.
Yeah. Let's see what else. Any other coordinator hires you want to talk about? Who's going to be Dallas's DC? Lombardi said they should bring Zimmer back. And I think
he was actually who I thought too really would be the better hire. I think they're going to hire Ron.
Mike Zimmer needs to be a part of an NFL organization. I get it. He didn't do what you wanted in Minnesota with Kirk Cousins and that good roster. Mike Zimmer can coach football. This is no shot at Raheem Morris, but if we would have hired Mike Zimmer to be our head coach, I wouldn't have been mad.
Man, I hope Colin don't show up real quick. But
hey, can we give Maxie the ball, please?
Yeah, isn't it weird? He's got 46 and he just doesn't have the ball.
Bro, this is the one problem with the NBA about all these guys being good is that they think they're so good, so they don't want to like work with their teammates. Come on, Maxie, get downhill. No, don't pass to Pat Bev in the corner. Yeah, Pat Bev, you walked. They didn't call it, but come on, Maxie. Oh shit. Oh, yo, he got 49.
I need 53 though. OT guarantees it though.
Oh, I thought you did 52.
Yeah, that's what I mean. 52, 51 and a half. Yeah.
Yeah, Jordan Clarkson just shot a quick 3. Hey, so guys, here's what we're gonna do. It's a minute 25 left in this game.
Does Maxie get fouled?
Yeah. Max going to the basket, and he didn't get fouled right till he missed.
He gets fouled.
We're gonna talk through this game.
Fouled.
Yeah, he does.
Okay, good. He's gonna get it because they're gonna foul again. And they're gonna give him the ball to be the one to shoot the free throws. All right, I'm gonna hit the bet. Go ahead. I'm sorry, but go ahead.
Well, shit, nah, fucking Toby Harris. Toby Harris.
Well, I need Utah to score then.
No,
they know that this nigga's got 50, bro.
Bro, they treat him like he has like 7. Cause that 3 he just hit, that was
it was deep. I mean, it's 33 feet, but
yeah, it's like he shouldn't have.
Should that have been a foul call though?
Yeah,
Colin didn't even really step up on. He dared him to make it, and he did make it. But let me see. Oh, it is a foul. I guess he clipped him.
Yeah, he got him in the face.
I don't like that though.
I gotta remember. I think I'm gonna invite my team from work over to watch the Super Bowl.
Wait, he's not going to the line. They're on the bonus.
No, they're not.
Pat makes the 3. Wow. Maxie is not gonna score.
Bro, this nigga Maxie's not moving.
It's as if he doesn't want the 50. He's gonna end up at 51 too. That's gonna be like the worst part.
Pat Bev, why did no, Pat Bev.
Well, who's guarding him? John Collins.
Colin just got fouled, so he's about to get 2 points. We got 30 seconds.
Good. So, but that still is going to come down to.
You know, Pat Bev is one of my favorite players.
Oh, wow. Look at how fast he moved with the ball on that drive, by the way. And I'm not trying to suck. I swear, I'm really not. Obviously, I want him to just do well, but like, that nigga, he's always been a baller to me. Like, I mean, so
what's the Josh score on Colin right now tonight?
He's got 22 and 6. I mean, not like crazy, but good game. He's having a good game. Like,
we got a 1-point game. Maxie has the ball.
I need a foul.
Don't pass Maxie. Don't pass Maxie. He's trying to draw a cheap foul. He's dribbling shot clock down. Colin's playing real defense because he actually does that.
Did he get a foul?
No, the light skinned nigga just got Kelly Oubre just got a foul.
Oh, well, that's it then. Unless it goes into overtime, I definitely won't get this bet.
Yeah, you're right.
To get 3 more?
Well,
they didn't call that when he fell?
No.
When not Colin, but Maxey fell, he should have got that call considering the night he's having. Because it would have worked out because he would have went to the line. He would have shot the free throws. Here, I tell you what, I didn't bet on Colin, but I need Colin to come down and make a 3 for me.
I don't think Oubre really got fouled on that.
I don't either. Hold on, let's see. There was contact, but is that a foul contact?
No, because Oubre tried to dunk on him and no, nigga.
But see, I actually want it because if they don't call it, then it's a jump ball.
True.
And unless they just foul Maxey off the jump ball, I don't have no chance. So I would much rather they make it and then
we're hoping Utah gets 2 points here. Because what? He's at 59?
The worst case scenario is a jump ball and Utah gets the ball because then they're going to hold for last shot. And I guarantee if Colin has the ball in his hand, he's going to be the one that shoots it. So,
Jordan Clarkson.
But
if we get to 3, that's okay.
What it is it's guys like Mo Bamba's got 4 points, and somehow he's got 2 of the points since I made the bet. So, I don't expect him to score in this situation. Because if Mo Bamba's shit was at over 3.5 was plus 150, I wouldn't have bet it because he only had 2 points. And I'm like, yeah, there's a chance he does get a putback or gets fouled and makes 2 free throws, but it wasn't going to happen. What were we talking about? I'm sorry. The NBA is taking over.
How do we fix the Pro Bowl?
You can't. That's as simple as it really gets if we want to break it down.
Hey, I got an idea for you. Here's how you fix the Pro Bowl. The winning team, the players on that team become soft cap hits.
Okay.
So instead of a hard cap hit, a soft cap hit. Because you can't incentivize the players just straight up because they get paid so much. Because the guys who are at the Pro Bowl are, for the most part, on good contracts. I think you have to play with the cap.
Okay.
Allow those guys to turn their guarantees into a signing bonus. All right, Mobamba, win
the the Super Bowl.
Huh?
Well, because what about the Super Bowl? Well, of course, this is the Super Bowl.
They're not calling fouls, bro. Maxey is getting fucking. Oh golly, Toby Harris gets it. Yeah, Maxey. Yeah, getting that referee's ear. We don't want off-brand J. Cole shooting the free throws. Get a tech. Get a fucking tech, Maxey. Get a goddamn tech. You know, Parlay Pete, I think there's power in getting technical fouls in basketball.
He did get fouled, though. That's like the worst part.
Yeah, like I was a guy. There was a time or two in my terrible basketball career where I went and got some techs, and they were for the team techs, you know.
Yeah.
Like I remember being in a game, and the referee counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the inbound. And the referee didn't call the 5 seconds because they got it in like 5.5. And I say you can't go 1, 2, and I go you can't go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and not call that. That's 5 seconds.
I tell you what, they call timeout. I'm gonna call a Sexton 3 or a Marketing 3. I know that those are the 2 guys that are gonna shoot it. One of them is gonna shoot.
But don't forget about Clarkson. I would love that 3. But yeah, so
I don't care who makes it. I just want it.
Do you think soft cap relief for the players who make the Pro Bowl could make the Pro Bowl more?
You said a soft cap.
Yeah. No, NFL.
No, I think that if it was incentivized in your contract to participate in it, not just being selected, but having to participate, albeit an actual injury where you didn't play in the final game of the season or didn't get hurt in the final game of the season. The language has to change. I mean, like, that's the only way to make it better. But at the same time, why would anyone want to go to Orlando? They need to, for one, the
They
NFL
gotta move
needs
back to Hawaii.
Hawaii.
You gotta move back to Hawaii because
Everybody can take
Hawaii,
a family vacation.
because Hawaii is inconvenient enough to where niggas aren't gonna go, but it's fly enough that if niggas have a reason to go, they will go.
Have you ever been to Hawaii?
I was born in Hawaii, but I've not been
Really?
back. Yeah, I was born in Hawaii. I've not been back for recollection.
Okay. I've
And
been.
let me tell you where I fucked up. When I was living in San Diego, I had friends in Hawaii. We were all single.
Double T, by the way, here.
Yeah, trash. I hate double text.
They're stupid.
I hate double text in the
They're
NBA.
like offsetting penalties.
I hate double text in the
Personal
NBA.
foul.
But here's the thing. I hate double text in the NBA, but I think there should be more offsetting penalties in the NFL. Like,
Well,
in
in this
like
case,
in the Baltimore,
why not make both players shoot?
in the Baltimore Kansas City game, like that one 15-yarder that Van Noy got, Travis Kelce instigated that whole thing. I think Travis Kelce should have got a little bit of heat for that one.
They fouled immediately.
Yeah, you're ahead of me.
I'm ahead of you on my app. I don't see it on my screen, but I see that they fouled immediately.
Jordan Clarkson's hair is entirely too long to be in braids. Cut that shit off, nigga. Make your mama proud and take the thing 2 sides down.
So my only hope now is that it turns into a free throw game. They foul Maxey twice.
Why are we bringing Chris? Oh yeah, we're about to play defense to bring Chris Dunn into the game. It's people like Chris Dunn and Dennis Smith Jr. that lets me know that NBA players are nice.
Chris Dunn was good in college at Providence.
Yeah, and no, go get the ball, Maxie.
Who's shooting it?
Now Maxie just fell, so it look like Maxie about to go shoot it.
Yeah, because Tobias is taking it out.
No, timeout. Nick Nurse needs to go bald. Niggas who hold on to their hair with that hole in the back of their shit, that shit's trash. Nigga, go bald. And why is Grant Hill a fucking owner calling games?
God, bro, I need him to get these points. I'm gonna hit this bet if he does. I just don't think he will. It's not a lot of money, but it's $5,000. Like, it'd be nice to get.
Do you care about Taylor Swift? Does she interfere with your football experience?
No, and I know that that's been like a big topic too. No.
No, I don't care about Taylor Swift. Robert Salah wants to fucking take his staff's phones because he wants to know who's leaking. I think it's a bit controlling, but I'm not bothered by it.
Oh, Robert Salah.
Yeah, I'm not bothered by it, but I would say that maybe you should.
Do you consider him Robert Salah?
Ain't that his name?
That is a Robert Salah.
I think maybe he should be a type of head coach who doesn't have his assistant coaches fucking leaking.
I'm gonna assume that my man gets fouled, correct?
Yeah, Maxie just got fouled by Colin.
All right. So
Why is Collins only tattooed?
Not enough time in reality.
I got a question for you. Why is Collins only tattooed behind his neck?
I mean, I never asked him about it, but I know that it's a butterfly, but it's a family tattoo. Him and his siblings have it. But like, what it is I think that the cocoon thing, like cocoon, like.
Okay.
But it's a butterfly. I do know that much, and I know that they all have it. Him, Jordan, and Gianna, they got it. But like,
you said Giannis Thanasis got it.
no.
Is there an NBA player worse than Thanasis?
Tony Snell, because apparently he's going to miss out on some money. Damn, Jordan Clarkson just missed a free throw.
Yeah, you're ahead of me. He's shooting 3. Damn.
No, he's shooting 2.
Oh, they caught him on the ground?
Mm-hmm. Now, here's the thing. I need him to make this, and then they give it to Maxey, and that would be perfect.
You know, Maxey fouled him. That should have been on the shot. That should have been.
No, he missed it. Damn it! The game is over. Golly.
He got 51.
All because they weren't giving Maxey the fucking ball. Like,
yeah, he had 51 on the head, right?
That actually should have been a shooting foul.
Yeah, it should have been. Bro, Maxey had 46.
You know what? I'm not trying to be funny. His bitch ass should have made the first free throw, too. So.
Maxey had 46 with 4 minutes left. I don't feel bad about telling you to take over 51 and a half.
Bro, he had 44 with like 7 minutes. Unbelievable.
Let's see. Do you care to talk about the disorder in Dallas? That can be an off-season conversation for later.
Cowboys?
Yeah. It can be an off-season conversation for later.
Yeah, I tell you, we can save that one. Damn it, boy.
I feel like that's hour 2.